any worry going on in the WNBA executive offices, if there is no worry, oh, people aren't going to turn off, oh, people are still going to show up, if that was the thought that they were having up there in WNBA La La Land, well, now might be the time to hit the panic button. 48 hours after news hits that Caitlin Clark is injured and she'll be missing 2 weeks, the market has responded, and the market has told the WNBA.
No doubt that's about to happen. The WNBA teams that move their games, this is about to be catastrophic.
Something unusual is happening inside the WNBA right now, and it's not just about an injury. In the last 48 hours, ticket prices have dropped. Fans are reconsidering attending games, and a growing debate has taken over social media. What happens to the league when its biggest star is suddenly gone? This isn't just about one player. This is about business, momentum, and the future of the WNBA.
But we don't want this. What am I talking about? Indiana Fever ticket prices to games over the next 2 weeks have dropped 42% since Caitlin Clark's injury announcement, an average ticket price of $137.
Caitlin Clark, the Indiana Fever rookie who has brought unprecedented attention to women's basketball, is currently sidelined with a quad injury. According to Indiana Fever head coach Stephanie White, Clark will be reevaluated in approximately 2 weeks. While the official timeline suggests a short absence, sports injuries, especially quad strains, can often take longer than expected to fully heal. And that uncertainty is already having ripple effects.
I don't know when it happened. I know afterwards, we got a message that she had something going on with her leg, and they were getting an MRI, and then we got the alert yesterday.
Was it after the Liberty game on Saturday?
Is that her last game?
Yeah.
Yes.
Steph, you had a chance to try out a lot of the.
Even before Clark entered the WNBA, expectations were high. But no one predicted just how quickly she would transform viewership, ticket demand, and media attention. Games began drawing significantly larger audiences. Ticket demand surged, and arenas started selling out at levels rarely seen before. Several teams even moved games to larger venues, anticipating the Clark effect. But now, with her temporarily out, those same decisions are being put to the test.
Yeah, I don't know how things work in pretend basketball. I don't know the history of transparency when it comes to timelines for injury returns in the WNBA. But I do know in the NBA, teams are rarely transparent with injuries. When the Pelicans say Zion Williamson will be reevaluated in 2 weeks, that really means
the reaction from fans has been immediate and divided. Some supporters are simply disappointed. Others are questioning whether to attend games without Clark on the court. It's important to note, there is no verified evidence of an organized league-wide boycott. However, the conversation itself reveals something deeper. Many new viewers were introduced to the WNBA through Caitlin Clark specifically. And now, the league faces a critical moment. Can those fans stay engaged without her? Caitlin Clark didn't just join the WNBA. She expanded its audience. Her college career at Iowa shattered viewership records. Her transition to the professional level brought that same attention with her. This phenomenon, often called star-driven growth, is not new in sports. From Michael Jordan in the NBA to Serena Williams in tennis, individual stars often act as gateways for new audiences. The challenge? Turning those player-specific fans into league-wide supporters. Since Clark entered the league, there has been ongoing discussion about media coverage and balance. Some players and analysts have emphasized the importance of spotlighting the entire league, not just one star. Others argue that star power is essential for growth. This isn't a conflict, it's a growing pain. Every league reaching a new level of popularity faces this same question. How do you grow the game while also embracing the players driving that growth? The timing of Clark's injury is particularly significant. The WNBA has been gaining momentum. Increased media coverage, rising sponsorship, interest, expanding audience reach. Short-term disruptions, like injuries, are part of sports. But they also reveal how much influence a single player can have on perception, engagement, and revenue. Over the next 2 weeks, all eyes will be on attendance, numbers, TV ratings, fan engagement. But more importantly, how the league responds. Will fans continue watching? Will new stars emerge in the spotlight? Or will this moment slow the momentum the league has been building? This situation isn't a crisis. It's a test of depth, a test of fan loyalty, and a test of how sustainable recent growth truly is. Because ultimately, the strongest leagues aren't built on one star alone, but they often begin with one.
So what do you think?
Is the reaction from fans understandable? Or should support for the league go beyond one player? Let us know in the comments below. And for more in-depth sports coverage, don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned. The recent injury to Caitlin Clark has quickly become one of the most talked about moments in the WNBA this season, not simply because of the player involved, but because of what it reveals about the league's current position, growth, and dependency on star power. Clark, who entered the WNBA with unprecedented attention following her historic college career, has been widely recognized as a transformative figure in women's basketball. Her presence has driven record-breaking viewership, sold-out arenas, and a surge of new fans who may not have previously followed the league. Now, with her temporarily sidelined due to a quad injury, the conversation has shifted from celebration to uncertainty, raising important questions about fan behavior, league sustainability, and the broader economics of professional sports. At the center of this situation is the immediate reaction from fans and the market. Within days of the injury announcement, there were visible shifts in ticket demand, with some reports indicating price drops for upcoming games involving the Indiana Fever. While fluctuations in ticket pricing are normal in sports, the timing has drawn attention because of Clark's known impact on attendance. Her games have consistently attracted larger crowds, and in some cases, teams moved matchups to bigger venues specifically to accommodate increased demand. This level of anticipation underscores how significant her presence has been, not just for her team, but for opposing franchises as well. Now that she is temporarily out, those same expectations are being tested, and the results are being closely watched. It is important, however, to approach the idea of a fan boycott with caution. While social media discussions have amplified the narrative that some fans are choosing not to attend games during Clark's absence, there is no verified evidence of a coordinated, large-scale boycott across the league. What does exist is a visible conversation among fans expressing disappointment and reconsidering their plans. Some individuals have stated they may sell tickets or delay watching games until Clark returns, but this reflects personal choice rather than an organized movement. Still, even these individual reactions point to a larger truth. Many new viewers were drawn to the WNBA specifically because of Clark, and their engagement may fluctuate depending on her availability. This phenomenon is not unique to the WNBA. Throughout sports history, leagues have often experienced surges in popularity driven by singular stars. From Michael Jordan's impact on the NBA to Serena Williams' influence in tennis, individual athletes have frequently acted as entry points for broader audiences. These players bring attention, excitement, and narrative appeal that extend beyond the sport itself. However, the long-term challenge for any league is converting those star-driven viewers into consistent fans of the sport as a whole. In the case of the WNBA, Clark's rise has accelerated this process dramatically, but her injury highlights how incomplete that transition may still be. Another layer to this situation involves the internal dynamics of the league and the ongoing conversation about media coverage. Since Clark's arrival, there has been considerable discussion about how attention should be distributed among players. Some athletes and analysts have emphasized the importance of highlighting the depth of talent across the league, ensuring that multiple stars receive recognition. Others have argued that embracing Clark's popularity is essential for growth, as her visibility benefits everyone involved. These perspectives are not necessarily in conflict, but they do reflect a balancing act that the league must navigate. Promoting one player heavily can drive rapid growth, but it also creates a risk if that player becomes unavailable. Clark's injury also brings attention to the physical demands of professional basketball and the importance of player health. Quad injuries, while common in sports, can vary significantly in severity and recovery time. The Indiana Fever have indicated that Clark will be reevaluated after approximately 2 weeks, but such timelines are often flexible depending on how the injury heals. In a league where the schedule is condensed and physical play is intense, managing player health is critical. For a player of Clark's importance, both competitively and commercially, ensuring a full recovery is far more valuable than a rushed return. This moment serves as a reminder that the long-term success of both the athlete and the league depends on careful management rather than short-term gains. From a business perspective, the timing of this injury is particularly noteworthy. The WNBA has been experiencing a period of significant growth, with increased media coverage, improved television deals, and rising sponsorship interest. Much of this momentum has coincided with Clark's emergence as a central figure in the league's narrative. Her ability to attract casual viewers, people who might not otherwise watch women's basketball, has been a key factor in expanding the audience. These viewers often follow players rather than teams, which means their engagement can be more volatile. Without Clark on the court, the league faces a test of whether it can maintain the attention it has recently gained. The financial implications extend beyond ticket sales and viewership. Merchandise, sponsorship activations, and overall media interest are all influenced by star presence. When a player like Clark is active, storylines are easier to build, and promotional efforts tend to have greater impact. Her absence does not eliminate these opportunities, but it does make them more challenging. The league must now rely on its broader pool of talent to sustain engagement, highlighting other players and compelling narratives that can keep fans invested. This is both a challenge and an opportunity, as it allows the WNBA to showcase its depth while reinforcing that its appeal extends beyond a single individual. At the same time, it is essential to recognize that the league's growth is not solely dependent on one player. The WNBA has been steadily building its foundation for years, with talented athletes, competitive teams, and increasing visibility. Clark's arrival accelerated this progress, but it did not create it from nothing. The current situation should be viewed as a moment of adjustment rather than a collapse. Short-term fluctuations in attendance or ratings are natural when a major star is absent, but they do not necessarily indicate long-term decline. Instead, they provide valuable insight into audience behavior and areas where the league can continue to improve. Looking ahead, the next few weeks will be critical in shaping the narrative around this situation. Analysts, fans, and media outlets will closely monitor attendance figures, television ratings, and overall engagement. These metrics will offer a clearer picture of how much influence Clark has and how resilient the league is without her. At the same time, her eventual return will likely generate renewed excitement, potentially creating another surge in interest. This cycle of attention is common in sports, where injuries and comebacks often become part of the storyline that keeps fans engaged. Ultimately, the discussion surrounding Caitlin Clark's injury is about more than just one player's absence. It reflects the evolving nature of the WNBA as it navigates a period of rapid growth and increased visibility. The league is in the process of expanding its audience, strengthening its brand, and establishing itself as a major force in professional sports. Moments like this, while challenging, are also opportunities to demonstrate resilience and adaptability. By continuing to promote its talent, invest in player health, and engage with fans, the WNBA can build on its recent success and create a more sustainable future.